In the top left side of the screen, we have ourselves a dragon, a phoenix, or is it a gamer? It is Rogue. In the top right side, there is a Team GP. Red Terran, Mr. RYUNG. Did a really good job against Sue. However, I think Rogue a completely different animal. Just in the way they approach the game overall. As we saw with Sue, right? If he was up against Astrea in a lot of those situations, I imagine Sue getting more uppity into the Roaches, Ravages, that type of army composition. And with Rogue, you more so anticipate him trying to play it a bit more defensively, build it up slowly, and then just try to get himself into the most optimal spot to try and beat you. And not really try to outplay you up until then. It's just kind of like, yeah, alright. We'll just get ourselves in a good position and then strike. Sue's more of the player you want to watch if you want to see a Zerg running across the map everywhere, trying to outpace his opponents. Rogue more so the guy you want to see play if you want to see, alright, what are the, the perfect choices to make, or near perfect choices in most situations. RYUNG, I guess to be fair, also a player that I've always seen as a kind of decision-making Terran. Someone that is maybe it's from the earlier days of StarCraft 2, which are still painting my mind, but yeah, he's always been like a player that just seems very smart to me. Like a really good idea about how to try and get the most out of everything from his units. I guess sometimes that causes him to do a bit too much micro on some of those units as well. It's still nice to see. Which is why those games versus Sue, I guess, were really cool to see, because they both kind of have that same playstyle, don't they? Not yet much being done with this Reaper. Just keeping an eye out on the Zerg. This Rogue just drones up as much as he can. Third command center for RYUNG. Looks like he'll be taking the pocket base pretty soon. Starport with the tech lab right next to it. Most likely will be the Banshees again. We have seen Raven also today. Was that RYUNG? I think that was special. That was special. That was in the first best of 3 we saw versus Sue as well. No way, not Sue. What am I saying? Couldn't have been Sue. That was DRG. Right, he was up against DRG. Yeah, RYUNG 2-0'd Sue. It was a phenomenal game as well from him. He lost like 20 workers early on. And he just kept going. I thought he was dead a couple of times, but no. I've been a bit too eager to call the games in this tournament so far, because we've been having some major comebacks. Some very wild games overall, and it's been a lot of fun to see. Hopefully this final best of 3 for today will deliver on, a similar level. Rogue a bit of the tendency to make some games a bit more boring overall, I suppose. As a spectator, that is. Nice spread with the queens. Got the Zerglings there in the back in case the Hellions try to move through here. So a near perfect defense so far, at least against the Hellions. Let's see how those Banshees might fare. You know, that looks like Rogue's gonna be fine as well. Yeah, really fine. The Maturino bot is never gonna learn either. That's really funny. Whoever set that. It was a while back. Anyway. 2 Banshees now are still gonna find some damage here. Look at that. 5 kills to kick things off with. They're still full HP. Also a drone right here. There we go. Yeah, finds it. Clean pick off. Couple of tumors on the field as well being destroyed. So now we're going up to 11 drone kills. Holy smokes. With a quick 3rd CC as well, right? This is 11 drone kills going for quick 3rd CC. Before the starboard. However, the work account for Rogue is looking still pretty good. It's on 68 versus the 57 SCVs for RYUNG. I think that all seems still quite manageable. Let's take a look at the income overall. Advantage, yeah, still going for Rogue, unless if the mules are on the ground. There's no mules now. Using most of his energy for scans, it seems. Did he scan the spire? Well, he's making missile turrets regardless, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Is he just making 1 missile turret? He's actually only made 1. Well, we'll see. Oh, he may have just scanned it there. Right, no, siege tank on the back. He's sending back the Hellbats, not the Marines. That's the wrong unit. Hellbats were necessary to defend the Marines there. I guess that was a very tough fight. I'm not sure if he could have won that. All of those Hellbats could quite easily be blown up by the Banelings there. Oh, he's still standing. A couple too many Queens though in my feeling here. Tells me that this is a very dangerous place for RYUNG to push this deeply into, but he's still making it work. He's got himself another siege tank in the back, set up, ready to go. The Mutalist trying to find the Marines, but they are losing numbers now. Is he doing it? Medevacs healing the Marines back up to full again. Great benefits here for the Terrans. Going to keep those Marines alive against the bouncy glaives of the Mutalisk. As a wave of reinforcements is coming in, that will be intercepted here by Rogue. Quite a couple of units now being torn apart. Mutalisk will just continue onwards with that tirade. 1 siege tank here undefended, could be picked off as well. No, Marines get back in time. This is a struggle. This is a enormous struggle here for Rogue. He needs to find a way to get himself out of this situation. Can't have Marines and siege tanks in the middle, in between of all your waypoints and all your bases. RYUNG is pushing the issue hard. Creep is about to dissipate from this area. It's going to make it even harder for Rogue to try and find a way out of this. Sending the Mutalisk around once again, desperate to find anything to go his way. But there might just be a little bit too much for RYUNG here. Taking out the Spire. As 5 more Mutalisk will be added to the pool. Sorry, make that 4. And that's going to be a good chunk of Mutalisk. But no Banelings. Nor a lot of Zerglings. Not much of anything else here ready to help out against those Marines. As they are spreading out, cleaning up Mutalisk as they come out one by one. Ah, that's it. GG. GG. Well played. RYUNG takes game number 1. Alright, game number 2. Bottom left side, a blue Zerg from Dragon Phoenix Gamers. It's Rogue. Had a killer showing against Astrea, and now is in a bit of deep waters, it feels like, against the Red Terran, who's been on an absolute tear against the Zerg so far on a 3-0 win streak. Can he make it 4-0 against opponents such as Rogue and Zoun? Let's just wait and see. It is from Team GP, RYUNG. If only he managed to play this well in the GSL. If only. Do you know what? I'm kind of happy. I'm always happy when RYUNG does well. Such an old staple player, and then just coming back into the game, even though he's quit for such a long time as well. I'm not sure if he left for just his military service. I feel like he left for a longer period, but I think he even left before then, saying like he was becoming too old. Which was back in the day where that was, you know, one of the main consensus for people being like, yeah, no, after like, what is it, 22 something, 23, you're gonna get too old, you're gonna get slow. You're not gonna be good at video games anymore. And here he is. I don't know how old Rogue is either, though, to be fair. It's an old man's game now, isn't it? Still wondering if we will get, like, in retirement homes, Cyril versus Clem still going around. It's probably going to be some other game we play at that point, huh? Anyway, what's happening in this game? Not much, not much. We got the double racks, triple racks? No, that's a factory. Double racks with a reactor and an attack lab. That's gonna get scouted here for Rogue, so he should be adding in that baneling nest pretty soon, rather than later. May consider getting his baneling speed a bit sooner as well, rather than later. Because, you know, it's terrifying. Having a bunch of Marines with stim just run in. Oof. Definitely good motivation to get your creep spread going. Yep, we'll be adding 2 medevacs to this. And just go straight ahead with the 2 medevac Marine army. Still no baneling nest here for Rogue. May just want to rely on the Zergling Queen defense for the time being. Allows him to be a bit more cheap on the gas. And squeeze out more drones. Let's see. I mean, he did scout exactly kind of what was happening, right? I guess he didn't see the factory, like, okay. He knows 100% what's happening here. Does he have the right response? He has got himself 8 queens. They're in an okay position. The problem is if the medevacs keep flying onto the main base here, I believe. But they won't. They've unloaded already, though, so that's not going to be the issue. Moving towards those queens. That's too many Zerglings for the time being. Pick up, pick up. Okay. Oh my god, wow. Oh, that is a dead medevac. He took too long picking up his units, man. He took too long. And that was quite deadly. Alright, well. Rogue. Guess you don't need a Baneling Nest in that case, do you? Yeah, that is devastating. That is very devastating. He's just he traded 8 Marines and a medevac for 1 Zergling. 1 Zergling. Okay, 2 Zerglings. It's not great when there's 35 of them. It's gonna be a while when he kills, you know, 1 Zergling every 3 minutes. Okay, we're on to 4 now. Double digits coming up. No, best of 3 for RYUNG? What do you mean? B3? 3rd base? No 3rd base. Just more Marines, man. He's going for it. Ro8 didn't get the scout just quite yet. He's making an overseer. But I feel like he is playing it rather safe with his roach numbers right now. Only on 60 drones. I think he is going to be fine against this. Unless if he gets caught off guard and those siege tanks go up in a extremely awkward position. But it's gonna take such a long time for this creep to get away. Okay, siege tank 1 sieging up, siege tank 2 right there behind him. Spore crawlers trying to tank and stuff. Yeah, that's too much Zerg. That's too much Zerg. This is the 2 base all in for RYUNG follow-up after losing his full medevac of units. GG. That was not a great game. The top right side, there is a blue Zerg building up some blue boys, mining blue minerals. It is the Dragon Phoenix Gamer Rogue. The bottom left side, there is a red Terran fighting for Team GP. It is a RYUNG. That was a weird one. I like it though. Wait, let me try to do that better. Whoa. I don't think that works. Alright. Stick to what we know. The other stuff that doesn't quite work. Alright, there's a spawning pool for Rogue being constructed. Again, possibly just for a bit of a safety feature. But not that many Terrans have been doing the proxy Rexes anymore. This might be the reason why. You're right. The scores are 1-1. As they have been like that on the scoreboard since the start of this game. And don't tell anyone. Okay. Anyways, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. What we got? What we got? It's the best of 1. It's true. Kind of. Yeah, it is just the best of 1 right now. And since it's all single elimination, I mean, one of these guys has gotta go. They gotta go. I really don't want either of them to go, but one of them's gotta go. They already kicked out Astrea. They already kicked out Sue. They already kicked out Nightmare as well. They kicked out a bunch of people, really. There we go. That is a 3rd base. Lovely. Oh. Very nice. 7 HP. Could be mistaken as 1 HP by some people. You know, by glance of the eye.
So RYUNG obviously wanted to get away there with 1 HP, and then, you know, it's a small mistake. We'll forgive him for that. Follow up with the Hellion Banshee once more. Definitely been working out, even though it seemed like it didn't sometimes. Yep, the Zerglings are still there. Hard to get a good scout of for RYUNG. Well, there's not too much danger coming in anytime soon, it seems. Baling Nest now being produced in the natural base. Gonna be a while before that provides any real threat to RYUNG. Well, he just saw all of that. Reaper didn't get to see much. Didn't even get to see the timing of the lair, which was in the natural base instead. So a couple of Banshees might be able to get that information though, of course. Though you would kind of anticipate lair coming about right about now anyway. Okay. Very calm game here to kick things off with. There we go. Creep Doom is dying. Thank you. Finally some, you know, aggression in this game. They've just kind of been walking around one another and being like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Could I see what you're doing here? And the other one's like, oh, yes, of course, most of the time. I guess those Zerglings here were a bit of a nuisance to the Reaper, but that's about it. Well, not gonna get through there, nor here, with the Overlords, of course, seeing every path those Hellions are taking. The Banshees, however, a bit more of a difficult thing to see. Oh, didn't get the double shot. Interesting. Let's see how many kills she can rake in this time around. Starting things off with 6. As he vacates that area once more. There's still a third base that hasn't been visited by them. Or maybe he will find a chance to return to the main base. Although there's 2 Spore Crawlers and 2 Queens there. Rogue not looking forward to losing drones. To be fair, he did lose way too many against those Banshees in, what was it, game number 1? So seeing him have this kind of very defensive setup kind of pleases me overall. Going up to 5 Mutalisk. Where was the Spire? The Spire not been scouted yet. Could come as a bit of a blind side towards RYUNG. Circling run by potentially in the works. Probably wants to wait for a bigger force of the Terran to be found on the map. As the Mutalisk now in vision for RYUNG before they are in his mineral field. So that's a big boon. Is he going to be able to utilize that? Yes, he does. Mutalisk going the wrong way for a moment. And now that missile turret is going to be done right when they arrive. So bit of a close call, but doesn't lose any SCVs, at least to the Mutalisk. Zerglings, however, might be a whole different tale. The moment when Rogue saw that army there, immediately those Zerglings spring into action, jumping right on top of quite a good amount of SCVs. Mutalisk finding some damage as well, and RYUNG has to really find some damage of his own on the other side now. 25 SCVs go down, a base full Rogue in potential trouble. Will that be enough? I think so, man. Gaining speed is ready to be used, but you know, know what, Rogue already having another 4th base here quite quickly to replace the one that RYUNG just took down. Definitely liking Rogue's position a lot better now than the one for RYUNG. Oh boy. Oh, those banelings going towards the SCVs. 12 more go down, putting him back onto 30 workers. That might be too much for RYUNG to get a good recovery going here. It's just gonna get worse. He's gonna have to find something across the map. Well, the banelings are dead. Some of them being morphed, 15 of them in total. A lot of them coming in from the left flank, but you know what, RYUNG already fairly well pre-split this. Oh, this siege tank, the Marines are clumping up together with the Hellbats. Aye, that was not the way you want to have that go. Is that more than enough Marines? I don't think so. Still sending in more. It's not giving up just quite yet. The writing's starting to be on the wall right here. 40 supply ahead for Rogue. He's got himself still a 4th base. As RYUNG's kind of scampering behind with the 28 overall SCVs he has now. Rogue not even looking for the base trade or any counterattacks anymore. He just wants to kill off the army over RYUNG and finish off this game here, it seems. Now, is he going to be able to make that happen? Nice spread out with the Marines initially here from RYUNG, bringing them back to deal with the banelings and zerglings approaching. Still has a fair number of them, still enough to be, you know, at least respected by Rogue. As Rogue waits for more banelings, RYUNG decides to wait off creep for the banelings to come at him rather than him to the banelings. Also brought himself a siege tank now, more Marines. Oh dear. Siege tank shot here could be huge, with mostly just banelings there. There we go, one-shotting some of them. Okay. Okay. Oh my! Rogue in trouble now. All of a sudden, a couple too many Marines survived. There's the second wave of banelings. Never mind. Oh, RYUNG, back up, back up. Good splitting, is it? No way, that's enough. There's still banelings remaining. The Mutalisk count is through the roof. More banelings in the back with the Queen still there as well. Rogue holds. Rogue holds. RYUNG got himself back up to 34 workers, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough for him. Trying to get whatever he can for a final attempt. Maybe even pull the SCVs here. Just let them tank the banelings. Screw it. You need the Marines to stay alive to fight the Mutalisk. Oh no, he's being brought back to his own base. Nah. That's gotta be it, right? If he starts doing a ring around the rosy here with the Mutalisk, that's just it. There's no way he can win then. Well, the slow death of RYUNG overall. He had a good run. He was 3-0 versus Zoun and Rogue for a little while. I thought it might get 4-0. I guess he's not out of it just yet. He has 71 army supply. But, I mean, as soon as he gets across the map, there's just going to be 110, 120 army supply here for Rogue. And, well, more banelings than Marines, perhaps. Siege tank, you got a lot of work to do. Same position here, where there's not that much creep at the moment. Is magic real? Let's see. Can he do it? That's not enough. GG! Rogue takes game number 3. Very well played. And he will be the player advancing.